Alright guys, how is it going? So today is Thursday the 3rd of July 2014. Just wanted to catch up with you with all the latest news concerning Luis Suarez potential transfer to Barcelona. So yesterday Barcelona and Liverpool had a meeting in London to discuss the transfer of Luis Suarez. Those discussions were described as being productive and amicable by various sources, concrete sources, the likes of the Liverpool Echo and all the from all the various tabloids in both Spain and England. Basically, other meetings are scheduled in the next few days, and both parties would seem anyway to be very happy about the first round of discussions regarding Luis Suarez. Now, various figures have been bandied around. I hope that it's not true, because there are rumors about 50-55 million pound opening bid from Barcelona. Some are saying that maybe it's 70 million, whether it's euros or pounds. It's a big difference whether it's euros or pounds. Obviously, Liverpool also took the opportunity to again express their strong interest in Alexis Sanchez. Some conflicting reports with regards to Sanchez also. Some are saying that maybe the player is not too keen to join Liverpool, and that Alexis Sanchez would rather go to Arsenal. And in any case, there's strong competition for Alexis Sanchez. It would seem that he has many offers, not only from Arsenal and Liverpool, but from some clubs in Italy, the likes of Juventus. We'll have to see what happens with regards to this. Now, concerning Luis Suarez, now I think things are pretty clear. First of all, guys, have you noticed at the back on my wall over there, have you noticed that something is missing? If some of you are subscribed to my channel and have watched my previous videos, it's a blank wall behind me now, and as you can realize, I've already got rid of my El Pistolero scarf. I think I will be using this to wipe the toilets over here now, just like I did with my Fernando Torres shirt. Because I went to Liverpool, on a side note, I went to Liverpool to watch a Premier League game, which you can catch up also on my channel, my Anfield trip. I went there last December for the game between Liverpool and West Ham, and this is where I bought the Luis Suarez scarf. I was caught in two minds, before I bought this scarf, which, by the way, I think cost me about almost £7 to £8, and at the time Luis Suarez was in the best form of his life. So was Liverpool, and everything was rosy, and but I did have second thoughts before buying this scarf. I wanted, bearing in mind that who knows, maybe in the summer it will be gone anyway, and what will I do with this scarf? So in the end I went for the risky business of going ahead with the Luis Suarez scarf, and anyway, I will use it, like I'm telling you now, to wipe the toilets with this. And as you can realize also, it's gone, because I think that Luis Suarez is gone, guys. He's gone. It's not a matter of if now, it's only a matter of when. It's only a matter of how much. I think both Luis Suarez and Liverpool think that the the best issue would be to part company now. With Suarez, I think from his side, things are pretty clear. Clearly doesn't want to play for Liverpool anymore. He wants to leave. I don't know how exactly where Liverpool stands, but I think it would be fair to say that they will feel quite a little bit betrayed with Suarez's latest disgusting behavior. The biting incident, obviously, and probably they are asking themselves, is he worth the risk? Is he worth the trouble? For me, personally, it's a resounding yes. I've already made my thoughts pretty clear about this. For me, Luis Suarez is simply irreplaceable, unless you buy Messi or Ronaldo, which is impossible. No player will come near to the same level as Luis Suarez. No matter who we buy, even Alexis Sanchez is nowhere near at the same level as Luis Suarez, and it would seem that even the Alexis Sanchez transfer is looking unlikely. We'll have to see what happens with this. But what I think about all this, I'm trying to look a bit further ahead, the post-Luis Suarez era now. Because say whatever you want, once Luis Suarez is gone, and he will be gone, I'm perfectly sure about this now. I'm telling you, it's only a matter of when and not if. I hope that he goes for a premium fee. Mind you, if ever he goes for only 55 or even 60 million pounds, we will have been robbed. Fucking robbed by Barcelona, I'm telling you. I won't be happy about this. If we get Alexis Sanchez and 40 to 50 million, fair enough. But if he goes for only 50 or 60 million pounds, this would represent a really ridiculous business by Liverpool. But anyway, we'll have to see what happens. Coming back to my thought about what happens next, because this is the only thing that interests me at the end of the day. What happens next? So far, we've bought Ricky Lambert. All of you perfectly know that Ricky Lambert, in any way, is absolutely not connected to the future of Luis Suarez. Ricky Lambert is 34 years of age. I think he did score between 13 to 15 goals for Southampton last season, which is not bad. But we must take into consideration that Ricky Lambert is, I think, 34 years old now. He's not getting any younger. Whether he has the legs and the fitness to be in our starting 11 and to play 30 to 40 matches, which because this will be the amount of matches, 40, even between 40 and 50, whether we do well or not in the Champions League. We have to add up 6 Champions League games for the group stage. I don't think Ricky Lambert was bought as a starting 11 player, so he will contribute, hopefully, but I'm expecting no more than 10 goals, between 10 to 12 goals from Ricky Lambert. Adam Lallana also has signed. It's been confirmed now to Liverpool. I've already made my thoughts known about Adam Lallana. I prefer not to talk about this again. I'm clearly not happy about this, especially the price tag. But looking at the statistics, guys, Adam Lallana, I think, scored 9 goals for Southampton. So if we take into consideration those statistics, 9 goals from Lallana, about 10 to 12 goals from Ricky Lambert, so hopefully they will remain on a par with their previous performance last season, Lallana and Lambert, which would mean we are adding a minimum of, hopefully I'm saying, who knows what will happen. But being optimistic, hopefully Lallana and Lambert will bring about 20 goals, both of them, to the team. Now, when we sell Luis Suarez, it's 31 goals gone. And let me remind you also that Liverpool finished second with an appalling defense. We conceded 49 goals, between 45 and 50 goals last season in the Premier League. But fortunately, we did score 101 goals. And Luis Suarez obviously contributed to 31 goals in this total of 101 goals. Now, Luis Suarez does not only score the goals, but he also provides creativity. I don't know how many assists he's provided. So he creates also. So I think this is a concern, because no matter about the reason, whether I won't go into this again. If you want to catch up my previous video about what I thought about the Luis Suarez biting incident, the ban and everything, I won't go into this again. I've already made my thoughts clear about that. But now my main concern is, how do we compensate for the loss of 31 goals? So far, Liverpool's business, as you all know, is Ricky Lambert and Adam Lallana. Emre Can should be confirmed very shortly. Also, I have absolutely no idea what Emre Can will do. Let us just hope he's not another Luis Alberto. But I'm not counting on Emre Can to provide the 10 remaining goals. I think he didn't even score 5 goals for Bayer Leverkusen last season. And he's not particularly renowned to be an attacking midfielder. He's more of a defensive midfielder, or some reports are saying he can play left back. Quite a versatile player, but not in the offensive department. So clearly we need to replace this lack of goals, which will be caused by Luis Suarez's departure. Also, I'm very, very concerned about Liverpool's dealings in the transfer market so far. Still early days. Mind you, days are going by quickly, but we still got time to sort out the defense, which is clearly not good enough. For me, Glenn Johnson needs to go, or either be used as a backup, because if we use Glenn Johnson again as first choice right back, we are in for big trouble. For me, clearly not impressed by Glenn Johnson. John Flanagan did alright, but we should certainly aim for... That's not a dig at John Flanagan in any way, but for me, if we are to compete seriously, both in the Premier League and in the Champions League, we need to get an upgrade on John Flanagan at left back. Jose Enrique is back from a long injury. Enrique is pretty inconsistent for me. He's very well capable of doing brilliant things, but at the same time doing some stupid things also on the pitch, and he's quite injury prone. We don't even know if he has a future at the club, Jose Enrique. But having only Jose Enrique and John Flanagan as left back is not satisfactory for me. Let me know what you think. And I think it's pretty much a concern, at least for me, in my opinion. Obviously, you all know that Liverpool were trying very hard for Alberto Moreno. Things have hit the buffers with this transfer. Sevilla, some reports are saying, are asking for 20 million euros, or I think 20 million pounds for 19-year-old or 20-year-old Alberto Moreno. While this is, I think, clearly overpriced for a player like Moreno, like I said also in my previous videos, I'd rather much have a player like Alberto Moreno than a certain Ryan Bertrand, who is a Chelsea reject for me. Clearly not impressed if Liverpool go for Ryan Bertrand. So Luis Suarez going or not going, and it would seem that he's going, and for me, in my opinion, he's gone. The main question for me is, do I trust Brendan Rodgers and this transfer committee to spend this money wisely? I'm sorry guys, but so far, and I'm hoping to God that they prove me wrong, I do not trust them, guys. Because how do I come to this conclusion? It's very simple. Just look at the targets that are being bandied around by Liverpool. I've already made my opinions known about the likes of Lambert. Well, Lambert, alright, fair enough, it's only £4 million. He's a Liverpool fan, and I don't think we can consider this as a major transfer. So I won't criticize the Ricky Lambert transfer, but Adam Lallana, Emre Can, mind you, it's already £40 million spent on these three players so far. And do I think that this, like I said before, I don't think it's an upgrade. Or if it's an upgrade, it's a very, very, very small upgrade for me. Especially now that we will lose Luis Suarez. Now, I already made my thoughts also known about strong rumors and reports coming about that Liverpool would be in for Lazar Markovic. I don't rate this player, guys, especially if it will cost £25 million. Like I said, Markovic also scored only 9 goals, I think, for Benfica. Still young, but at £25 million, it represents for me a waste of money. Now, is it the case of Liverpool's recruitment team not being good enough, or is it simply a case of Liverpool being unable to attract the high quality players, the likes of Alexis Sanchez? These are the main questions and the biggest concern for me. You've got to ask yourself the question, why is Alexis Sanchez having reservations about joining Liverpool? Obviously, I think, as you all know, London is much better than Liverpool as a town. But I don't think it's only about this. I don't even think also it's about money, because some reports are saying that Liverpool actually are offering more than Arsenal in terms of wages and in terms of the transfer bid to Barcelona. Actually, Barcelona would prefer Alexis Sanchez to be included in the Luis Suarez deal. But why? Ask yourself these questions. This question, Liverpool fans. Why is Alexis Sanchez having reservations about joining Liverpool? For me, it's very simple. Like I said, also I tweeted on my Twitter account. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you have a link below in the comment section in this video. What will be the argument by Brendan Rodgers? Alexis Sanchez, come on, choose Arsenal instead of us. We mean business. We bought Ricky Lambert, Adam Lallana. We have Fabio Borini, Iago Aspas. With what? Just be realist. Just be realist, Liverpool fans. What do you think he will choose, Alexis Sanchez, if he has to choose to play with the likes of Lallana, to some extent, alright, Daniel Sturridge, but I think we prefer to go to play with the likes of Santi Cazorla and Mesut Ozil and all this. We have to admit it, guys. So far, Liverpool are clearly not an attractive proposition in terms of the footballing project. Obviously, I'm hoping that they prove me wrong. I'm hoping that the likes of Emre Can and Adam Lallana make a mockery of what I'm saying right now and have a fantastic season with Liverpool. It's the thing that I hope with all my heart. I'm telling you. But considering for what they are worth so far, I don't have too much high expectation about these players, guys. They don't get me overexcited. Alexis Sanchez would, but there are complications with this player. James Rodriguez, the player for Colombia, would clearly get me overexcited. Marco Reus from Borussia Dortmund. I want these kind of players, and even to some extent Arda Turan from Atletico Madrid. So let me know what you think, guys. I think the main concern, the main question is, from all this Luis Suarez saga, why are players like Alexis Sanchez having reservations about joining Liverpool? For me, it's because with the targets that Liverpool are going, whether it's 100% their fault or not, who knows, but in buying players at the level of Lallana and Lambert and Emre Can, these players, just like I said before, certainly wouldn't despite the fact that maybe whatever happened, Luis Suarez already made a decision to leave the club, but if ever he decided to stay at the club, players like Adam Lallana, Emre Can and Ricky Lambert certainly won't convince the players at the level of Suarez and to some extent Alexis Sanchez to come to the club. Because it's all good saying we are a big club, we are a big world-class institution, we are Liverpool, we are great. All these things doesn't matter at all, guys, for these players right now. We got to live with the present, stop living with the past. And also this famous phrase that's saying no one is bigger than the club, we will survive. I agree with this, but only to some extent. The club will survive, but it crucially depends on who we buy to replace the world-class players that leave Liverpool. We were fortunate that when Fernando Torres left Liverpool, straight away we got Luis Suarez. Will we be that fortunate now? God only knows. And for me, getting Alexis Sanchez would somehow soften a little bit the blow of losing Luis Suarez on a footballing point of view. I'm talking, obviously, before some of you start criticizing me with all your moral values and issues again, because I've got criticism about this, but I remain very firm in my personal opinion about all this. For me, like I'm telling you, I much rather prefer a player not at all great on a personal point of view, but a player which delivers on the pitch. And Luis Suarez, say whatever you want, clearly delivered on the pitch. I'm not talking about his loyalty, I'm not talking about the player on a personal point of view, I'm not talking about his honesty. Let me be very clear about this, but only purely on a footballing point of view, Luis Suarez has been worth every trouble, every penny, because he's contributed to Liverpool being in the Champions League. Now, like I said also before, there's absolutely no point qualifying and being very happy about being in the Champions League and being a laughing stock in this competition. And so far right now, we clearly don't have the level. Talks about Dejan Lovren also, I already told you, I wonder why Liverpool are not going for players like Matt Hummels, the German central defender, Marcos Rojo at left back. I rather much prefer Marcos Rojo than Ryan Bertrand and even Alberto Moreno. Can you, some people tell me that we've got to be patient? Fair enough, because even if we are in the Champions League this season, we haven't been in the Champions League for so long. We need to create another reputation in the Champions League by being there consistently. But how do we remain in the Champions League consistently? We've got to have the players, guys. It's as simple as that. And we'll have to see what happens. But for me, the main concern, like I'm saying, Luis Suarez is gone. What happens next? What happens next? Will Liverpool be able to spend whatever money we get for Luis Suarez wisely? If it's only about Lazar Markovic and Ryan Bertrand, Dan Lovren, clearly not happy about this, guys. I'm clearly not happy. I'm not impressed, in fact. And for all of those who have told me that we have to be patient, we have to be realist, to some extent I agree with you, fair enough, but we've got to be a bit more ambitious and aggressive, and I think in our approach in the transfer market. And the targets clearly are not the targets that at the very minimum get me overexcited anyway. Now, if they can prove me wrong, fair enough. It's what I hope with all my heart, like I'm telling again. But we have to see what happens, guys. So, big concern for me with what happens next. So now I'm hoping that this Luis Suarez transfer gets sorted out quickly. Whether we get only money or if we get Alexis Sanchez, I will be reasonably happy about the deal in the end. But getting Alexis Sanchez or not, for a start for me, aside from Messi and Ronaldo, I don't think anybody guys, will be able to replace Luis Suarez on a footballing point of view, from a footballing point of view. Let me know what you think. It's all very good saying that the club will survive, no one is bigger than the club, but crucially, I will add to this, it all depends on who you buy to replace the good player who is leaving, guys. Alright, I'll leave you there. I'll catch up with you hopefully when we have other news about maybe Ryan Bertrand signing for Liverpool. We'll see what happens. Leave your comments for those of you who are catching up with my video for the first time. Please subscribe also and let me know what you think, guys. Alright, take care. I'll leave you there. You'll never walk alone, still, despite all this.